Welcome back to MusketeersHockey.com for the Coach's Corner. I'm Jordan Berger, and with me is Musketeers head coach and GM Luke Strand. And Coach, your boys are rolling at the right time, 7-1-1 in their last 9. You finish off a perfect 3-0 week with wins over Omaha, Tri-City, and Sioux Falls. And while these wins maybe have different elements, it seems like three constants are goaltending, commitment to defensive hockey, and blocking shots, and being opportunistic offensively.
Yeah, I think you're right on with it. Obviously, you don't do much without goaltending, so Scoffer's been very well. He's done a great job. I think he'd also at the same time applaud the guys in front of him for eating pucks and doing some things that way, and probably just taking care of our neutral zone a little bit with our pucks and not turning over a whole bunch and giving them a whole bunch of odd mans coming right back to us. And then offensively, having a little bit of passion to get to that net and score. You know, I know we call them timely goals, but you got to have a desire to go in there and be hungry to make sure you make a difference offensively.
And really, in all three games, I mean, you are finding ways to win close games. And we know how close and how good this team was playing in January, February, but games that you were finding ways to lose back then, you're finding ways to win right now. What do you think has been the biggest difference since that Lincoln game in early March?
The biggest piece might be as simple as Scoffer. But at the same time, I think there's... for a long time, it felt like we played some pretty good hockey and didn't get the results we wanted. We hung on and we were close, which wasn't getting us any points and was driving all of us a little bit crazy. So, and then the other side is right now, scoring first has been a big piece. And I think just the guys have had a pretty team-committed game through and through. So if that can continue, then hopefully the fortune will stay the same.
Yeah, you mentioned first goals. Your team scored the first goal in 4 straight games, 4-0 during that time, and no coincidence that coaches put such an emphasis on that. And just what do you think has been the biggest key for this team's turnaround in their starts to games over the last month?
I think we've committed to be really simple early and just. I know everyone wants to score in the first minute. It'd be great, but the fact is it usually doesn't happen, and I'd be way more interested in trying to tilt the rink going the other way. And then there's been times where we haven't. Sioux Falls is a prime example. I felt the first 10, they probably had an upper hand on us there for a long time of it, and yet we found a way just to persevere a little bit, calm it down, weather a storm, and then turn it our way. So you don't want that to become a trend by any means, but when you have to do it, you got to find a different way to do it.
And you mentioned Sioux Falls. Matt Scoff gets his 5th shutout of the year in that game, and the honors continue to come in for your boys. Scoff honored with goaltender of the week, and Schmaltzy wins Defensive Player of the Week for the 2nd consecutive week and the 4th time this season. Yeah,
it's hats off to the both of them and their efforts individually, but I think as 2 young men and good teammates, they'll be the first to share it. And Schmaltzy couldn't do much without a partner right now, and his numbers have been really kind of reflective of a power play effort, which I know he's going to attribute to the other 4 guys on the rink. And Scoffer on a number of occasions has spoke about us, being committed to playing without the puck in front of him, and really allowing him to see a lot of things which maybe we didn't do such a great job of early. And right now, when we got a pretty competitive D-corps, because we got some depth back there, and so those guys have ramped up their game, and I think it's elevated our group.
And Jordan Schmaltz is a guy. I mean, you've known this kid for years, and he leads the league in scoring as a 17-year-old defenseman. His draft year isn't until next year, and it really is pretty special what Schmaltz is doing at his age.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's going to continue to grow, and he's going to continue to be a bigger and better player. I mean, his game is just going to mature. I mean, as long as Jordan, he's done well for every level he's always been through, and how he handles it probably is the next step of how good he can be. And right now, he's got a pretty good mentality about what needs to be done and what can't be done at different times, and that's only going to continue to improve. And I know there's people out there that try to shoot holes in his game. I mean, he's 17, so, and not only that, he's going to be an NHL pick. He's going to be a high NHL pick, but he's going to grow and he's going to learn and he's going to continue to be a better and better player, probably on and off the ice. Just and that's going to make him a really, really effective guy out here.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jordan and his maturation throughout the year, and you think about an Andres and all. And I just as a coach, one of the cool things about this league has got to be watching these young guys grow throughout the year. That's got to be real gratifying.
It is, and when you see one pop, I mean, you see one blossom earlier than the other, you're a little bit down, like how come this guy's not doing it? But at the same time, everyone's got their timing about what happens and when it happens, and and Andres and all is a perfect example. I mean, you look a year ago right now, Richards and all was playing his best hockey of the year. Well, it took Andre the full year to make sure he got that down under his belt as well. And then, you know, right now it's everybody that's come along. It's fun. It's part of the gratification of this level. And I'm just glad the guys are following through. And when you get results, that's a lot more. You know, it's a lot more fun to talk about.
Let's quickly hit on the injury front real quick. You mentioned depth. It looks like Sammy Piazza stuck around. Might play tonight, and still a little beat up on D. So what's some of the updates on some of the guys that are beat up on the blue line?
Well, I mean, the good thing is we got some guys I think that are on the mend, and just you know, probably a few days away from getting back out there and doing their thing. You know, we're fortunate to have Sam Piazza on our list. He's a very talented young hockey player. We used 2 prior affiliate games. You're allowed 6. We used 2 prior in the fall, and then kind of held on to these games in emergency case, and we almost burned them here on the road trip out to Indy. We decided not to, and luckily right now he's available, and the timing for spring break couldn't be any better. He's searching for warm weather here in Sioux City, but he had a chance to come out here and play, and he's going to be a good young player. But we're looking forward to get our bodies back healthy, and everyone's a little bit day to day, and everyone's timetable is, you know, our league, and I think hockey right now is seeing an influx of concussions and things like that. And there's just no timetable to put on that, and you can't really pin it down. So hopefully those guys will be turning the corner and making their strides on the comeback.
And Tri-City comes to town tonight. You look for your 5th straight win, and maybe ordinarily you'd call this a bit of a trap game after that high against Sioux Falls, but time of year and the way the guys are playing right now, I really don't think you have to worry about that. And I know fresh in your mind is what Tri-City did to you a year ago, so I'm sure the guys will be revved up to go tonight.
Yeah, it has not escaped my brain. It didn't all summer, and it sure didn't all year. So that's part of it. But this time of year is a crucial time. I think, you know, Tri-City, we may have had the upper hand on the scoreboard in the win column right now, but they've been dogfight battles. Drew does a great job with his group. They work extremely hard. They're dedicated to playing the whole entire 60 minutes, and their goaltending has been superb. So if we're going to go pay the price, you're going to get a win. If you're not going to pay the price, you'll put yourself in a position to lose. And so we're just going to continue to climb and hopefully grow. And if we do that this time of year, the good things will follow through.
And your goaltender for tonight, Scoffer, playing terrific hockey, but also playing a ton of games lately. You decided on starting that minor for tonight?
Yeah, we're bringing Halleck down from St. Louis. No, big Blues fan. No, Scoffer's going to go, and you know what? I think at the end, the big picture is Scoffer's number of games is right where we kind of wanted him, and he's not ahead of himself about what he's doing right now. So Scoffer's going to get the nod again.
The way Halleck is playing, I'll take Scoff right now.
I got Scoff too.
All right, Coach, thank you, and go get him tonight.
Thank you.
That's Musketeers head coach Luke Strand. Again, come on down, support the guys tonight, 7:05 against the Tri-City Storm at Tyson Event Center.